My dear friend, money is not merely paper, coins, or numbers in a bank account. It is an obedient servant to the laws of the Spirit. Just as the wind obeys the laws of the universe, so does wealth. If you have been struggling, chasing, or worrying about money, you have been working against the grain of the divine order. But today, the light of understanding will turn your struggle into flow. The first hidden law is the law of expectation. Whatever you truly expect, not hope for, not wish for, but expect with unwavering certainty, must come. Expect money to arrive in the right way, at the right time, and it will appear. The second hidden law is the law of circulation. Money, like blood, must keep moving to keep you alive financially. When you give freely, with joy and without fear, you make space for more to return. The miser blocks the flow, but the generous soul stands under the open waterfall of supply. The third hidden law is the law of inner agreement. The outer world mirrors your inner beliefs. If deep down you think money is scarce or hard to earn, you will find the world agreeing with you. But if within you is the unwavering conviction that abundance is your divine birthright, all of life will nod its head and deliver it. The fourth hidden law is the law of clear command. Speak over your money as a master over a faithful servant. Tell it where to go, how to grow, and what to bring back. Never speak lack, for words plant the seeds that grow into your harvest. The fifth hidden law is the law of non-attachment. Hold your wealth with an open hand. Do not cling, for fear of losing turns gold into dust. Trust that what leaves your hand returns multiplied, for your source is endless. The sixth hidden law is the law of alignment. When your actions, thoughts, and emotions harmonize with prosperity, you cannot help but attract it. Work with love, think with faith, and feel with joy, and wealth will walk beside you. The seventh hidden law is the law of thanksgiving before the harvest. Do not wait for the money to come before you are grateful. Give thanks now, as if it were already here, and you will call it into being. Gratitude is the golden magnet that pulls your supply from the unseen to the seen. My friend, money is not the master, you are. And when you walk in these 7 hidden spiritual laws, you will find that you no longer chase money. It will follow you, serve you, and multiply under your command. Expectation is not a timid wish whispered into the air. It is a deep, unshakable knowing that what you desire is already moving toward you. It is a quiet yet powerful authority in your spirit that commands circumstances to align in your favor. When you truly expect something, you do not look for evidence to see if it is coming. You walk as though it is already here. Your actions, your tone, your energy all speak the language of certainty, and that language is heard and obeyed by the unseen forces that govern your supply. Most people confuse expectation with hope. Hope is beautiful and uplifting, but it can still carry the energy of uncertainty. Hope says, I want this and maybe it will happen. Expectation says, I know this is mine and it is on its way now. The difference is the strength of belief and the absence of doubt. In the spiritual realm, doubt is a cancellation notice. It stops the delivery of what was already en route to you. But unwavering expectation is like a beacon. It shines brightly, signaling exactly where the blessing should land. Think of a farmer who plants seeds. He does not check the ground every hour, digging them up to see if they have sprouted. He expects them to grow. He waters them, tends to the soil, and trusts the process. His expectation is not based on what he sees in the moment, but on the natural law that seeds produce after their kind. Your desires, too, are seeds planted in the invisible soil of spirit. When you expect their fulfillment, you give them the space and time to grow. Expectation carries with it a vibration that draws circumstances, people, and opportunities into your path. It silently rearranges situations so that what you are expecting has no choice but to appear. When you expect abundance, you will naturally take actions that align with abundance. You will speak differently, carry yourself differently, and open your eyes to opportunities you would have missed in a state of doubt or fear. The world responds to the frequency you emit, and expectation is one of the highest and clearest frequencies you can hold. This is why fear and worry are so dangerous. They are simply expectations in the wrong direction. When you fear loss, you are expecting loss. When you worry about lack, you are expecting lack. And the universe, being a perfect mirror, reflects that expectation right back into your experience. You cannot expect failure and receive success. You cannot expect scarcity and receive plenty. Your outer world must mirror your inner stance. Expectation also demands preparation. If you truly expect something, you make room for it. You set the table before the guests arrive. You clear the space before the delivery is made. You act as though the thing you are expecting is already yours. This is not pretending or playing a game. It is aligning your outer actions with your inner certainty. If you expect a financial breakthrough, you begin making plans for it now. If you expect new opportunities, you position yourself to receive them now. When expectation becomes your natural state, you no longer waste energy in questioning, doubting, or fearing. You step into a calm authority, knowing that your good is certain. This is not arrogance, it is trust in the divine order. Life has no choice but to deliver what you steadily, confidently expect, because you are walking in harmony with the law that says, according to your faith, your unwavering expectation, it shall be done unto you. Money is not meant to be hoarded in fear or clutched in anxiety. It is meant to move, to circulate, to exchange hands, bringing blessings wherever it goes. Just like a river stays fresh and vibrant by flowing, money stays alive and multiplying when it is in motion. When you allow money to flow out of your life with joy and confidence, you open the channels for more to flow in. Holding on tightly, afraid to spend or give, only creates stagnation. Stagnation is the enemy of abundance, for it signals to the universe that you believe supply is limited and must be guarded. But when you release money freely, you declare through your actions that you trust in an endless source, and that trust is rewarded with replenishment. Every time you spend or give, you are sending out a signal. If that signal is fear, I can't let this go because I might not get it back. Then you are creating a vibration that repels further inflow. If that signal is gratitude, I am blessed to share this and no more will come. Then you create a vibration that attracts new and even greater supply. Your emotional state when you release money determines the kind of return you receive. Giving with resentment or reluctance brings little joy in return, but giving with love multiplies in ways you cannot measure. Nature itself teaches this truth. The ocean does not cling to each drop of water. It releases them into clouds, knowing they will return as rain. Trees let go of their fruit without hesitation, because the giving of fruit is the very reason they bear it. In the same way, the purpose of money is not to sit locked away unused, but to be a channel of exchange, a servant that accomplishes good, creates experiences, and blesses others. When you understand this, you stop fearing the outflow, because you know it is simply part of a divine circulation that will always bring more. Generosity is one of the purest ways to set this flow in motion. When you give, you are planting seeds of financial return. Those seeds do not always come back from the same ground you sow into, but they always return multiplied. Sometimes the return is immediate, sometimes it is delayed, but the law is sure. What you release will return to you. The hand that is open to give is also open to receive, while the closed fist can neither give nor receive. This principle applies not only to giving but also to how you treat yourself and others through spending. When you spend money on something uplifting, nourishing, or beautiful, you are affirming abundance. You are telling life, I believe in more than enough. This belief keeps the stream flowing toward you. On the other hand, spending with guilt, fear, or self-criticism sends the message that you do not trust the flow, and the stream begins to thin. It is also important to remember that the flow of money is not random. It follows the path of trust, joy, and purpose. When you put money into things that expand your life or the lives of others, you keep the circulation healthy. When you invest in good causes, helpful services, or worthy products, you are participating in a chain of blessing that always comes full circle. The flow you create will find its way back to you in unexpected and often miraculous ways. When you honor the law of circulation, you stop seeing money as something to guard and start seeing it as something to guide. You direct it where it can do the most good, and in doing so, you align yourself with the rhythm of abundance itself. The more freely it flows through your life, the more freely it will return until you are living in an unbroken current of supply that never runs dry. The world you see outside is a reflection of the beliefs you hold inside. Money, success, and abundance are not created solely by action. They are drawn into your life by the convictions rooted in your subconscious mind. You cannot consistently experience what you do not inwardly believe to be possible for you. If deep down you think wealth belongs to others, that money is scarce, or that you are undeserving, your outer life will faithfully mirror those thoughts. The mind is a master painter, and the canvas it works on is your reality. Whatever image it holds most strongly, whether of abundance or lack, becomes the scene you live in. Many people work tirelessly, chasing financial stability, yet never seem to get ahead. This is because they are acting from a place of inner contradiction. They may consciously want wealth, but unconsciously believe they will always struggle. The subconscious mind is the soil in which your life grows, and it cannot grow roses if it is filled with the seeds of weeds. You must plant beliefs of prosperity before you can harvest the fruit of abundance. These beliefs are not formed by accident. They are cultivated intentionally through thought, affirmation, and the steady refusal to entertain ideas of limitation. Your relationship with money is shaped by the stories you have accepted as truth. Perhaps you were told that money is hard to come by, that rich people are greedy, or that wanting more is selfish. Such beliefs, if unchallenged, become invisible barriers. They quietly dictate your financial decisions, influence your opportunities, and determine how much you allow yourself to receive. You may find yourself turning down possibilities without realizing why, or failing to see doors that are wide open, simply because your inner beliefs tell you they are not for you. Changing your outer wealth begins with transforming your inner convictions. This requires awareness. Pay attention to how you think and speak about money. Do you say, "I can't afford this," more often than, "I'm finding a way to afford this"? Do you feel uneasy when you receive more than usual, as if it might slip away? These are clues to what you believe about abundance. By replacing limiting thoughts with affirmations of plenty, you begin to reprogram the mind. Over time, these new beliefs take root, and the outer world adjusts to match them. When you believe in abundance as your natural state, you stop chasing money and start attracting it. You naturally gravitate toward opportunities, and opportunities naturally gravitate toward you. People sense your confidence and respond to it. You handle challenges differently, seeing them not as threats to your stability, but as stepping stones toward greater prosperity. The shift is subtle at first, but its effects are profound. It is not enough to wish for more. You must inwardly agree with the reality of more. You must see yourself as someone who has, rather than someone who is always trying to get. This inner vision becomes the mold into which life pours your experiences. If the mold is small, the result will be small. If the mold is expansive, the result will be expansive. The world is not withholding wealth from you. It is simply reflecting the image you have been holding within. Once your inner beliefs fully align with abundance, outer wealth becomes a natural expression of who you are. Money flows more easily, opportunities seem to appear at just the right time, and what once felt like struggle turns into ease. The mirror of life can only show you what you believe to be true. Change the belief, and you change the reflection. Words are not just sounds carried on air. They are creative forces that shape the experiences of your life. Every word you speak carries energy, and that energy builds the world around you. When it comes to money and abundance, your words are like the orders you give to an obedient servant. They instruct the unseen forces of supply on what to deliver. If you speak words of lack, you call lack into your life. If you speak words of prosperity, you call prosperity to your door. The tongue can open the floodgates of wealth or shut them tight, depending on how it is used. Many people speak carelessly about money, not realizing they are planting seeds with every sentence. They say things like, "I'm always broke," "I can't afford that," or "money slips through my fingers." These statements may seem harmless in the moment, but they act as affirmations, negative affirmations, that instruct life to make those words true. The subconscious mind takes every word you speak as a command. It does not question whether it is good or bad for you. It simply accepts the instruction and begins creating the circumstances to match. When you speak abundance, you are programming your inner world with wealth, consciousness. You are giving your mind and spirit a clear blueprint of what to build. Saying, "I always have more than enough," or "money flows to me in expected and unexpected ways," sends a signal of certainty. That certainty draws matching experiences to you. Just as a captain gives precise directions to his crew to reach the desired port, you must give precise, positive directions through your words to reach the port of prosperity. This is why gratitude and blessing are so powerful in speech. When you bless what you have, no matter how small, you increase it. Saying, "I am grateful for the money I have and for the money on its way to me," magnifies your sense of abundance. That magnified feeling becomes a magnet for more. On the other hand, complaining about what you lack only expands the feeling of lack, and the universe responds in kind. Life is always echoing back the words you send out. Even when you speak about the future, your words are shaping it. If you say, "One day when I'm rich," you are placing wealth far away from yourself, always in some distant time. Instead, speak in the language of the present. "I am living in abundance now." This is not about pretending in a shallow way. It is about aligning your words with the truth you are claiming. The present tense is the language of creation. By speaking as though it is already done, you signal faith, and faith moves mountains. Guarding your speech also means refusing to join in conversations that belittle wealth or spread the idea of scarcity. When others speak fear, you can choose to speak faith. When others complain about money, you can affirm opportunity. You do not need to correct or debate them. Your responsibility is simply to maintain the vibration of abundance in your own words. Over time, this not only shapes your reality, but can inspire others to change the way they speak as well. Your words are either building your supply or draining it. They are either calling forth increase or calling forth limitation. There is no neutral speech when it comes to creation. Each phrase you utter is a seed, and those seeds will grow into the experiences you live. If you desire a life of overflowing provision, you must speak as one who already lives in it. Speak life over your money, speak blessing over your work, speak increase over your opportunities, and watch as the world responds to the sound of your voice. The act of receiving is inseparably tied to the act of releasing. To hold tightly to what you have out of fear of losing it is to signal that you do not trust in an abundant source. Fearful holding creates energetic stagnation, while open-handed release creates movement, and movement is where abundance lives. Just as the tide goes out so it can come back in, what flows from you makes space for more to flow to you. When you let go, whether it is money, possessions, or even outdated ways of thinking, you clear the channel for something greater to arrive. Many people believe that holding on tightly will keep them secure, but the opposite is often true. Clinging to money in fear can repel new opportunities, close the doors of generosity, and create a constant atmosphere of scarcity. It is like standing at the edge of a river and trying to dam it up with your hands. The water may gather for a moment, but eventually it becomes stagnant, lifeless, and unable to nourish. The same is true for wealth. The moment you allow it to flow, to be used, given, or invested, you put it back into the living circulation of prosperity. Releasing is not recklessness. It is trust in divine replenishment. It is knowing that what leaves your hand does not leave your life. It may change form, it may go into someone else's care, but it will return in multiplied ways when sent out with the right spirit. This is why giving, whether to a person, a cause, or a need, is one of the fastest ways to invite abundance. The heart that gives freely operates on the understanding that supply is infinite. It is a silent declaration, I will never run out, for my source never runs dry. That declaration draws more into your life, sometimes from completely unexpected directions. Releasing is also a test of faith. It asks you to believe in the unseen before it becomes seen. When you part with something valuable, whether money, time, or resources, without knowing exactly how it will return, you are stepping into a higher level of trust. This trust sends a signal to the universe that you are ready for greater responsibility and larger blessings. By releasing, you are essentially saying, I believe so strongly in my provision that I am willing to let go without fear. This level of trust cannot go unanswered. The same principle applies to releasing limiting beliefs. Many people unknowingly block their own abundance because they are holding on to ideas like money is hard to get, or I'll never get ahead. These thoughts are just as much a form of clinging as holding on to physical money. They take up valuable space in your mind and spirit, crowding out the thoughts that would welcome prosperity. When you release them by consciously replacing them with thoughts of abundance, possibility, and worthiness, you open the mental and spiritual space needed for increase to arrive. Even in nature, this truth is visible. Trees release their leaves so they can grow new ones. Clouds release their rain so the land can flourish and the cycle can begin again. Farmers release their seeds into the ground, trusting that what they bury will rise up multiplied. You too must release in faith. Every gift you give, every payment you make with gratitude, every belief you let go of that no longer serves you, all of it is part of preparing for what is to come. The flow of life cannot be tricked. If you are unwilling to release, you are signaling that you are not ready to receive. But if you cultivate the habit of giving freely, blessing what you send out, and trusting in its return, you will find that life becomes a continuous exchange. What you release will come back to you, often increased beyond what you could have imagined. Gratitude is more than polite words or a fleeting feeling. It is a magnetic force that draws abundance into your life. When you are truly grateful, you are aligning yourself with the vibration of receiving. You are telling life, I see the good that is here, and I am ready for more. Gratitude sharpens your awareness to notice blessings you might otherwise overlook, and the more you notice, the more you find. This shift in focus changes your energy, and your energy changes your reality. Many people wait for their circumstances to improve before they give thanks, but that is like refusing to light a fire until the room is warm. Gratitude is the spark that creates the warmth. It is the seed that produces the harvest. When you give thanks before your desire shows up, you are demonstrating faith. And faith is the power that moves unseen supply into the visible. Saying thank you in advance for wealth, opportunities, and success prepares the space for them to arrive. The law of gratitude works because it keeps your mind and heart in a state of abundance rather than lack. Lack focuses on what is missing. Gratitude focuses on what is present. When you dwell on what you do not have, you generate feelings of frustration, envy, and scarcity, feelings that repel prosperity. But when you dwell on what you already have, you generate joy, satisfaction, and trust, feelings that invite more into your life. The universe responds to your emotional tone, and gratitude sets the tone for increase. Gratitude also changes the way you interact with money. Instead of seeing bills as burdens, you can thank the fact that you have the means to pay them. Instead of complaining about expenses, you can appreciate the services, goods, or experiences they represent. This attitude transforms financial obligations into affirmations of provision. The more you bless your money in and out, the more it returns blessed. Another power of gratitude is that it dissolves fear. Fear says, "What if I lose what I have?" Gratitude says, "Look how much I have been given already." Fear contracts your energy, gratitude expands it. When you are grateful, you are not clinging to possessions in desperation. You hold them lightly, knowing that even if one form of supply leaves, another will take its place. This openness makes it easy for life to keep replenishing you. Gratitude is not only about recognizing the obvious blessings, like a paycheck or a gift. It is also about finding the hidden blessings in challenges. When you can thank a difficulty for the lesson it taught you, or for the strength it developed in you, you turn even hardships into seeds for future prosperity. This mindset keeps you out of the trap of self-pity and places you in the flow of creative possibility. Living in gratitude also makes you more generous. When you see life as abundant and yourself as already blessed, it feels natural to give. That giving, in turn, keeps the cycle of abundance flowing. Gratitude and generosity feed each other, creating a powerful loop of giving and receiving. The more grateful you are, the more you give. The more you give, the more reasons you have to be grateful. Every day, you can choose to tune your thoughts toward what is good, right, and working in your life. Keep a mental or written list of blessings and revisit it often. Speak your gratitude aloud, not only in quiet moments but in daily conversation. In doing so, you will see that gratitude is not just a feeling. It is a practice, a habit, and a spiritual magnet. The more you live it, the more wealth in every form will be drawn to you naturally and continuously. So, my friend, these 7 hidden spiritual laws are not secrets kept from you. They are truths waiting for you to live them. They work as surely as the sun rises, whether you are aware of them or not. But when you become conscious of them, when you choose to walk in harmony with them, money stops being a struggle and starts being a faithful servant. Expect your good, Let it flow, align your inner beliefs, speak life, release with trust, and live in constant gratitude. Then watch as abundance comes to you from every direction, not by chance, but by divine law. Your wealth is not a matter of luck. It is the natural result of living in the flow of spirit, where increase is certain and supply never runs dry.